So I've been using the AirPods Pro 2 ever since it came out 2 years ago back in September 2022. So previously I owned the AirPods Pro first generation, but unfortunately I lost it and I decided I won't get the next AirPods Pro until they come out with a new one which actually have better tracking features. And I can safely say that Apple did answer my wishes when they came out with the AirPods Pro 2, and I've been using it ever since then. In this video, I'll be giving you my honest thoughts on the AirPods Pro 2 from me being a user for the past 2 years. Now let's make this clear. I do use the AirPods Pro 2, but I'm not the type to be wearing these 24/7 and walking around with them. If you're that kind of user, let me know what your experience are in the comment section. Most of the time when I'm using the AirPods Pro 2, I mainly just have one earphone in. And especially when I'm in public, I like to just have one earphone in because that way I can be aware of my surrounding while I'm walking. Yes, I know that there's transparency mode, but whenever I'm using transparency mode and talking to someone, it feels like I'm actually shouting. And speaking of transparency mode does make your AirPods Pro 2 feels like an hearing aid. Because when you're talking to someone with transparency mode on, you hear them loud and clear, and it also makes your voice sound amplified and loud. The feature that I'm a huge fan of is the noise cancellation, and I like to use noise cancellation in one ear sometimes. For the most part, I mainly listen to YouTube videos, podcasts, and music. Sometimes when I'm watching Netflix on my iPhone and I want to get deep into the movie, I'll put in both of my headphones and put on noise cancellation. So if I am working out or in a safe environment, I'll plug in two headphones and turn on noise cancellation. And trust me, the noise cancellation sound way better than the first generation of the AirPods Pro. And if I'm listening to music and want to get real deep into the music, I'll turn on spatial audio, and trust me, spatial audio is something that I can't even explain. But when you're listening to music in spatial audio, it's like you're inside of the music, like just feeling the music, every bit of the music. I pretty much only use this on my iPhone and sometimes on my Windows computer, and surprisingly it pairs well with my Windows computer. In terms of battery life on the AirPods Pro 2, I only charge it like once a week, and this is because I'm not an aggressive user when it comes down to the AirPods Pro 2, so this might be different for you. But I'm able to make calls, listen to podcasts, and listen to music all in 1 week without having to charge it more than once. So the way I use my AirPods Pro 2 is I use one earpod at a time. So I put in one in my ear, listen to my podcast, my music, and all that. And when that one is dead, I put it back into the case and take out the other one and put that in my ear and just continue to listen to my podcast and my music. By doing it that way, I don't have to wait for my earpods to be charged for me to use them. And by doing it this way, I find myself only charging the case like once a week. In terms of how my AirPods Pro 2 sound after using it for 2 years straight is that I don't really hear much of a difference after using it for so long. And that's kind of surprising because you would think that after using it for so long, it would only get bad. But it's been keeping up for 2 years straight. To keep this good quality sound, you definitely have to maintain your AirPods Pro 2 by cleaning it, making sure that it is all up to date, and also recalibrating your AirPods Pro 2 every now and then, just so you're not missing out on any good sound quality. Here's a physical look at my AirPods Pro 2 after using it for 2 years straight. From the way my AirPods Pro 2 case look, you can tell that I've definitely been using this every single day. As you can see on the case, I have a few scratches, and that's because not all the time I'm using a case on the AirPods Pro 2. But when I do use a case on my AirPods Pro 2, I'm using the ESR Pulse case, which is really good, and I did a full review on that case, so go ahead and check it out. A link will be down below in the description for that video. For my AirPods Pro 2, I find that I have to clean them every single month because of all the earwax built up. I find that this area right here on the stem always have some dirt built up right there, so you have to get rid of it. And for the ear tips, those will have a lot of ear wax inside of them over time, so you have to clean that also. Inside the case where the earpods sits, I find that they get pretty dirty also, so you have to clean there every now and then. About late 2023, I found that my ear tips started to get yellow because I used them so much, so I had to buy some new replacement ear tips from Apple and replace them, but that was pretty easy to do. Oh, and also the Find My feature, that works really good, guys. Every single day I use it because I always misplace my AirPods Pro 2. And what I like about it, I literally can just play a sound like this. And it also flashes the LED indicator. And I can also like use my phone to track it like precisely. Like I could know if I should turn, if it's nearby, like that's just really good. This is a feature that Apple came out with that I actually made my decision to get another AirPods Pro. So yeah, I would definitely say that this is one of my favorite feature on the AirPods Pro 2, and it still works good up until this day after using it for 2 years. And that's the thing with Apple products, they really last long. Like they might be expensive upfront, but it really lasts long and you get all the features right up until the end of life. Like as long as you treat it good, you don't have any problems with Apple products, but they are really expensive. So yeah, that's all praise to the AirPods Pro 2, but if I'm being real honest, I definitely had issues with the AirPods Pro 2 in the early stage. So the issue that I was facing in the early stage was a YouTube issue. Like whenever you were using the AirPods Pro 2 with YouTube, you had issues like watching YouTube videos. You can check out the video in the description down below if you want to know more about this issue. But the good thing is that Apple actually solved this issue with a firmware update, which is really good. Like not every company comes out with a firmware update that actually fix an issue. So I give Apple their praises right there. Also, about 2023, when they released iOS 17, a lot of users started to complain about the noise cancellation. A lot of AirPods Pro 2 users thought that the noise cancellation was being nerfed. And actually, it's not really being nerfed. It did nerf a bit, but you can actually fix this by changing a couple settings on your AirPods Pro 2. And I did a video about that recently, so you can also check that out in the description. But what I really like about the AirPods Pro 2 is that after 2 years, Apple is still coming out with AirPods Pro 2 firmware updates, which is really good. After 2 years of using the AirPods Pro 2, I'm still able to use all the functions and features of the AirPods Pro 2. And I can still charge this in a number of ways, whether it be by the Lightning port, the MagSafe, or the Apple Watch charger. Whichever one, it still works till this day. That's been it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about the AirPods Pro 2 down below in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.